Hi guys, good afternoon. So in the last session we have seen about the theory about SSL, and we have seen about the clientless full client VPNs. Okay. So today practically we will see that how you are going to configure a clientless VPNs. SSL of access clientless VPN you will see. That means we won't require any sort of extra program here. Okay, web-based access we will get, and all the protocols that we had discussed in the last sessions, like your VNC protocol, FTP, SSH. Okay, these kind of protocols can be accessed. Okay. FTP is there, CIFS is there. All these protocols you can access. So let's directly go and design the lab. So machines which are not required, I'll power. So this is SSL. Now here what is going to happen? See, first thing, for this reason we will require ASA. So let's take an ASA here. Okay. So this ASA is the edge device of the site. Okay, of the company. Then the remote user will be coming through ISP. So one router we will require for ISP. And this will be our ISP. Okay. And the remote user. Again, I'll take one router for the remote user, or this is clientless VPN. We will take a Windows client. User will use a HTTP based access, right? So let's see. This is client. I'm using Windows 7. If you want, you can use Windows 10 as well. So this client will be coming through the internet. Then after, inside we will access a web server. Okay, so we'll configure a router as a web server. Okay, so this is, let's say, so okay, now let's call it a web server or any sort of server if you want to call. And see, this is a router only, but image we will change it as a server. Let's say web server. Okay, and then for management of the ASA, we will require one management PC. So management PC, I'll use my base PC. So what I'll do, I'll use management cloud here. Network from here, management cloud, and I'll call it as a management PC. So this is our management PC. Again, Z0 by 0, I will use it as an insight. Z0 by 1 as a outside, and one interface for management. Okay, and then client is also connecting to the internet. This is clear. Start all the nodes. So we'll use 10.110/24. And this is my insight subnet. On this side, the subnet we will be using will be 11.110. And this side, let's say 31.10. Or we can say 12 also, that is fine. It will be easier for copy paste. Okay. Then on the management side, we will be using this, the management subnet, and this will be 10.330/24. So ASA we will use 10.3.3.10. On this side we will use 10.3.3.10. This side we will have 10.1.1.10. Web server IP we will say 10.1.1.100. Management PC IP let's say 10.3.3.101. Then ISP side, let's say this will be 11.1.1.1. This side it will be 1.1.1. And here, this client will have a public IPS 12.1. These are all the IP addresses. Yeah, when you connect to the internet, you use a public IP, right? This is SSL Clientless access VPN. Okay, this is our outside zone. This is inside zone. Okay, all the devices are up. So first of all, we will do the basic configuration of the web server, ISP, these two. Okay, and also we'll do the basic configuration of ASA. Okay, so let me open Notepad. Web server configuration terminal, hostname, web server, interface, gig 0/0, and 100. No shutdown. IP route, then towards 10.1.1.10. And I'll enable IP HTTP server. Then I'll say IP HTTP secure server. And I'll say IP HTTP application local. Okay. And for local authentication, I need a username. So password also system in the system. Okay. This is done for the web server. Now next, let's say go for the ISP. So configuration terminal, host name, this will be ISP. Interface gig 0/0, IP address 11.1.1, 255.255.255.0. No shutdown. And this will be G0/1, 112, sorry, 1. Okay, ISP won't have any route here. Okay, so this is the configuration done for ISP. Then we have to do it for ASA. Configuration terminal, hostname, ASA. So your ASA will be basically what? VPN gateway. Okay. Now what is going to happen here? We have to say interface gig 0/0. Site IP address 10.255.255.255.0. Shutdown. G0/1. outside 11110 and it. Yeah. So will be M0 by 0 management security level will be 100. Then I'll enable 10.3.3. What I'll do, I'll enable here HTTP for management. So how do you enable HTTP on AC? Forget the comments. Online people, how do you enable HTTP on AC? How many of you have done AC? Only one, two. Online? Half done. So 2.5. Okay. Think about it. Meanwhile, let's do this configuration. You're not remembering anything. This is Windows PC, so basic configuration will be done here. There is similar way of configuring HTTP, Telnet, SSH, everything, right? Like barely 4 to session number 4 or 5 when you're controlling the traffic to the AC. Okay, so let's take access of the web server and then ISP. That is the different thing. Command is only HTTP server enabled. Three words command. Don't remember. Okay. Say now. No. Yes, you don't need to say no. So what is the command? HTTP server enable. Then after what you're doing, you're saying that you're allowing HTTP from which system? Like management PC IP 101, then 255, because it's a single address, and then through which interface you are enabling it. Right? And then after you say triple authentication console local. Okay, and also you require a username here because you are using local database for authentication. The username, Cisco password, Cisco privilege. Okay. Now let's go on. First of all, web server, copy. And then ISP. Spelling mistake is there or what? No, it's okay. Everything is good. Copy. And this is ISP configuration done. And then we need ASA configurations. Copy. Done. Now, first thing we'll do is we are going to test the connectivity. Okay. So I'll name it. Clientless VPN basic configuration, because here we will not execute any commands for configuring the clientless VPN. Okay, only basic configurations we have to take care. Other than that, we will use graphical concept. Okay. First thing we will do is we will test connectivity from web server to ASIC, client PC to ASIC, that is public to public connectivity, and third thing from management PC to ASIC. Okay. So let's go and test. Management PC will configure, but first we need to check from web server at least. Ping 10, it's done. Then this client PC, we will set an IP address 12.1.1.2. .cpl 4G. So here I will write 12.1.1.2, 255.255.255.0, gateway will be 12.1.1.1. This is the IP, right, on ISP? 12.1.1.1, right? Yeah. Slash 24, right? Close it. If gateway connectivity will be there, here we'll get a network. So network pop-up we get. So that means everything is good. Now let me test connectivity. 11.1.1.1. I should have the connectivity. Request timeout. Request timeout. Again, request timeout. Interfaces are correct, right? Let's see. Z0 by 1 outside 11.1.1.10. So you are seeing 11.1.1.10. That is an outside interface. Yeah, so from I'm thinking from here. Let me check from the ISP first of all. Next one. Everything is to think. From here we have the connectivity. It's not about that. Just one moment. Ping. 12.1.1. First of all, my gateway. I'm able to ping. Let me check on ISP. What is the issue? Which default route? ISP to ASA. Directly connected, right? Directly connected. Going to PC to ASA, that means requested. Well, from here, I'm saying that okay, if I want to reach any network, I'll send my packets here. Okay. Correct? See here, what is the IP I have configured? My IP is 12.1.1.2 and I'll send my packets to 12.1.1.1. And router is, this ISP is directly connected to AC. Then, okay, on ASA you need a route. Not on ISP, on ASA you will need a route. US. No. Yeah, that we need. Okay, one route we will need. Out. So the outside interface. No. This one we need. Now my public to public connectivity should be there. So we have it. This is fine. Now let's focus on the management part. So on ASA management interface, we have already configured it. Let me try to ping from here. And also let me verify. I have the connectivity with the ASA. How do I verify this is ASA? This can be any device, but TTL value 255 Cisco, right? Now let's go here, and if you try, if I say HTTPS :/1033, and so what we must need, we will need here the ASDM software. Okay, try again. Site would be temporarily down, not too easy. Let me check once. Management filter. Activity I'm having. This is my management subnet. 103333. Okay, that's why I'm not getting the access. Here the IP is what? And to which IP we have allowed? 101. To 101 we have allowed. So this should be only this guy can take a HTTP access. What happened? It's the same IPs assigned somewhere else on this interface. Disable it. And also let me remove the IP from here. And disable it. This is our management interface. Here the IP address I have set is 101. Close. Refresh. Properties. Edit. Okay, now first of all test the communication. I have the communication, and now I should be able to access also. Still not allowing access. If I try HTTP, so HTTPS only it will allow. Let me try a different browser. https://133. Connection diffused. HTTP server enabled. Local authentication we are doing. Security level also 100. Capture the management interface. Exchange. SYN packet is coming and ASA is sending what? Reset. Okay, I got it. What is the problem? On which interface I enabled? That is the issue. Management. So I have to say no. I have to say okay. Now ASDM you have to download. Okay. So once you have downloaded the ASDM, you have to get the so ASDM will download. You will install ASDM. Everybody is aware how to install. Just double click and next. What we usually do in the Windows. Okay. So after installation, in your system you should have the ASDM software. So like here I have this ASDM. I'll double click and open it. And here you have to give the ASA IP address, and then you have to give the password. Cisco is the username password. Just click on OK. Click on continue. And we will have access to the ASA. Okay, so the change we have to do in this configuration is here. Once this is done, click on OK. Click on OK. Now all the interfaces and everything is there. Now the next thing we have to do is go to the configuration part. Okay, either you go here and you can go to the remote access VPN. Another way is go to wizard, go to VPN wizard, and what is the VPN wizard I want to go to? Clientless SSL VPN wizard. Okay, then what I'll do, I'll say here next. Now what is the connection profile name you want to give? So let's say I'll just give the name VPN. Okay, and let's name it Clientless VPN, that means CL VPN. Okay, you can give this name to finance, whatever the name you want to give. Okay. Thereafter, through which interface? So the interface the user will access. So the user will access which interface? Outside, not management. Outside users will come right for remote access VPN connection. So they will come on the outside interface. Digital certificates. So right now we are not using certificates based authentication. Okay, so we will keep here none. Then connection group or allies. So now, like if you want to create a VPN for finance, you want to create a VPN for, you can say like sales. Okay, so like that you can create. So let's say right now I want to create it for sales. So my URL got created, that 11110/sales. Okay, and if I want to access ASDM now, in that case my URL became admin. And default if I go, so this will be the URL to access the SSL VPN service. Okay, so right now what happened, if you see in my browser, I accessed the 10.3.3.10 and I was getting where? In the ASDM download wizard, correct? But next what will happen? Now if somebody will try to come from outside and my outside IP address is 11.1.1.10, so if somebody will come, they will get connected to the VPN service. Okay, so total 6 steps are there. This is the step number 2. Then after next, now authentication. how do you want the authentication? So right now I want to authenticate the users using local database, not using AAA server. Okay. Now what is the username? So let's say username, I will keep Cisco again, password again, Cisco and confirm Cisco. Add it. User already exists. The Cisco user already exists. If you want to create a new one, let's say sales, sales only. Again, I'll keep it. Okay. So two users are there now. One is Cisco and another one is sales. Then I can say next. Now, what is the new group policy you want to create? So this is for the sales. So let's say sales I'm giving policy. And I'll say next. Bookmark list. So bookmark list means what? That see here what's going to happen is once the user will try to connect. Okay. Once this user will try to connect here, so he will get a page. Okay. This user will visit what? A page which will be is the SSL service page. Now there the user has to give a username and password. Once the user gives a username and password, that means once the user authenticates, he will be redirected to another page. And this another page will contain the list of URLs. Here will be what? Bookmarks or URLs. These things will be there through which the user will be capable or able to access what? The internal server. So the URL of internal server will be available in the second page. That we have to add. And what is going to happen? See, when this user will make a request from here, correct? When this user will make a request from here, so what will happen? The request will go via source IP as client's IP, source port number as client port number, that is random, destination IP as 111110, okay, and destination port as whatever 80. Then after, on behalf of client, once we click on the URL, we will get access to this web server. But the request will be made by whom? By the ASA. So when I will go on the web server and I'll try to check that who is accessing, so source IP you will see it will be 10.1.10. So that means this ASA in between will act as what? Here two things will happen. One is proxy request. One is what? Proxy request. That means when client will send the traffic on behalf of client, the ASA will send a request to the web server. That is the proxy request. Second thing is what? Response. So when this web server will respond, so on behalf of web server, this will respond to the client. Is that clear? So here proxy request and proxy response will be there. Okay. So let's go and configure these URLs. So I'll go and say manage. Right now there is nothing, so I'll click on add. Then if you want to add list, name this list. So let's say this is sales list, and I'll add a URL here. So URL with get and post method, predefined application template, HTML form, auto submit. So we will go with the get and post method. Click on OK. Now bookmark title, sales. What is the URL you want to give? So IP address of internal server is 10.11.100. Web server IP you will give here, because this URL is for whom? Web server. That user will access what? The web server. Okay. So here you will give that URL. Okay. Then if you want to show any preloaded page, so we don't really want to show anything, and other settings, these are just optional. So we will just say okay. So you can see for sales I have added. If you want to edit the name, you can say that okay, this is what sales server. This is the thing that you will see on the page. That do you want to connect to the sales server? Click here, like that kind of stuff. Okay. So click here, okay. Click here, okay. This is done. Click on OK. So it has been added the sales. Click on next. These are the things you have configured, right? Selected is clientless VPN. This is the connection name. Interface is outside. Connection group is sales. User authentication is local. User is new user. What you have created is sales, and the policy you have created is sales policy, and bookmark is sales. Just click on finish. Okay. So once this is done, let's see. Let's go to the remote access VPN. Okay. Now this is the connection profile. So you can see here the SSL VPN connection profile is already there. Interface selector is outside. Everything is good. Let's check on the client side. Go to the Firefox. This slash Lavan11. Okay, connection is not secure. Advanced. Add an exception. Confirm the security exception. Do you see what do we see here? So first of all, SSL VPN service, username and password. So let's say username and password Cisco I will give. Again Cisco, or the user we created was sales. Sales. Login. Okay. Says login failed. Oh. Okay. This is the Cisco home web applications. Okay, that means this configuration has not yet. SSL policy. Like this. Match the keys. Okay. Now I'll click on update. No changes were made. That means it's already made. This we have added. This one kind of string. Connection name. Okay. Sales policy. Enable clientless VPN. Yeah, we don't want to access it. Here everything is okay. Bookmarks. So bookmarks also sales we have configured here. System. on the AC running. C is applied. C login field. Okay, let me do one thing. One time I'll delete this policy and we'll create it again. Wizard, VPN wizard, Clientless SSL, connection profile name. Again, let's say sales. Certificate we don't really require. Okay. When users connect, the security appliance sends this digital certificate to the remote browser to authenticate. No, we don't really need this. Sales. Next. The product group we don't want. So name I want. Cisco is already there. Sales also there. But also simple must contain at least 3 letters. Which is 4, 5. Add it. Username. Okay. Let's say finance. Okay. Not a Linux. Let's create sales policy. Next, bookmark list. So we can use sales only. Added this bookmark list. Right here. Okay. Then we'll say next. Looks all good. Finish. This I can apply to the device. You can see sales, Cisco, finance, all are created. So running. Group policy, sales policy is applied, URL list also given. Enable on the outside interface. So we can see Clientless VPN is there. So right now there is no active session. But this for any connect was for full client, not for this. Total active inactive device VPN capability is 50. Now let me go to the Windows print. Let's try to access it. Minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These users are failing. Why? Let's check something is wrong. Allow user to select connection before you. These are the local users and they are not having privilege. Just one time I'm checking this thing. So let's be able to log in. This is not what the policy should not be done. By default, it will be 0 only, right? But this is not the issue. Connection profiles, delete it once. Now this is fine. Group policy, sales policy, I delete. Smart channels. Okay. Bookmarks, I delete this one also. Go login here. Now this time we will be able to check it. visit, interface, user will access, that is fine. Create sales, certificate will not be required because we are able to access the web page. Okay. Sales. Don't want to display this one. Radius we don't require right now. These things are not required. Sales, password is 0143. 0143. New policy. So I'm creating as a sales. Bookmark list, manage. Delete this one. Add a new one. Now the URL. This options are on this. Okay. Bookmark title is sales server. What it says. Server type PMB Citrix. Hmm? No, URL we have to configure. Here we have to say 1111. Sorry, this will be 10.11.100. But this is not the problem. The problem is that the server, like the users are not able to log in. Okay, so what kind of protocols? HTTP, HTTPS, AFS, FTP, what are the protocols you require? So right now we need HTTP only. Click on OK. Okay. In the policy, sales policy I'm applying and user also sales. No, right now not for Cisco. We want that okay, sales only should be able to access it. Okay. Next. This is done. Here we are seeing the logs. Okay. Yes. Lawan. 110. The Cisco right now log out. Log on again. This sales. Oh, yes, Cisco. The problem is Reason invalid password it's telling. That is only okay. Typically, user authentication rejected invalid password. The group it's taking is default group policy. Mhm. And it is manage, manage. Clientless SSL edit, edit. This is fine here. Assign it to everyone. Apply. Sales. SSL handshake is there. Just a moment. You have that PPT, right? SSL handshake is not running problem. We have selected clientless VPN. Certificate is not required. User we have created. What is hmm? That is so that is installed certificate, right? We don't really need it. Okay. Hmm. Web server. It would be web server. So here we have manage, then add, then we have given a name, bookmark also added, group policies are there. Everything is okay. Just the user is not able to access. Let's do one thing. want to visit the URL. First, we will go to the ASA. Okay. ASA we will authenticate. Inside ASA we will get the URL. From there, the request will go. Yeah. It's not this issue. Let's go and last time delete. It's been used in. Let's see. That's it. Correct. Photo connection profile. Delete. Apply. Web VPN group. Customization. Contents. Group policies. This is fine. Users. Proxy, what is your bookmark also? It's good. Go to the wizard, VPN wizard. Okay. So, configure. One time I'll configure all the configuration. And let me test it again. Copy. Paste. Yes, double slash. Now, this time we should not get anything. Here I will refresh username password. Okay. Okay. Again, I'll enable the login so that we can check the logs. Login is there. And now if I try to access, now I should not get access. Okay, you can see TCP access is denied by the ACL from 12.1.1 to the port number 443. So on this side, it's all good. Go to the wizard, VPN wizard, and here this should be clientless SSL. Group policy browser. Sales interface will be outside. Certificate here we don't really require one. Okay, if you have one, you will add it here. Okay, you can see you can import it from here. So we don't really have one right now. Sales, display it at the login page. Local user we will create sales. Then we can create a new policy. If you want to exist, if you want to modify existing policy, you can. So sales, bookmark list, manage, add it, name it sales, add. Okay. Title will be sales server. IP address will be 10.1.100. No, no, that is not optional, right? Not required. Problem is the user is not able to authenticate. That is the case. Problem with the user authentication. This one, hmm? No, that is not correct. See, if we log in, then after this issue will come, right? Right now, we are not even able to log in. That is the issue. So we can send it to sales group policy. Here right now I see only one local user. This is fine. Next. Here everything looks good. Now let me keep it default ones. If we log in, then we will see that. Status. Now if I refresh, I can see the login page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same issue. Hmm? This is not an issue. That is what I'm talking about. Group policy it is taking is default group policy. Group policies. sales done. I'll check it, guys. Okay, there is some issue with this. For some reason we are not able to authenticate here. Hmm? You check this. See here, the IDP also. The thing is, we will get to the URL thing once we log in.